Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I am your host, Axel1324, and of course, I am joined by the amazing Good Morning Xbox panel. Let's start it off. Coolcat, good morning.
Good morning. I hope everybody is having a good one. Tomorrow is Halloween here in the U.S., so I hope you guys are excited and enjoy the show.
Yeah. Scribners, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Glad to be here. Don't worry about my red eyes. They'll clear up. There was a lot of pew going on last night, but let's talk some games and have some fun.
All right. Eternal Shaddai, what's going on? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? I was with Scrub too. I was playing Call of Duty. It has been pretty fun.
All right. And you can see Shaddai is dressed up as Black Panther. Say Wakanda Forever. I want to hear it.
Wakanda forever.
And Terry doesn't have a costume, but she is in the Halloween
I'm
spirit.
just festive. I'm just festive.
Right. Festive. And of course, me, I'm just normal. And so is Scrub there. Wait, Scrub, are you wearing a costume? No, that's just a sweater. Okay. I thought you were wearing a costume.
Yeah, no costume.
Speaking of costumes, are you guys dressing up any for Halloween? Did you celebrate Halloween last night? What's going on?
Yes, as a cleaner, since I clean buses.
As a cleaner, since you clean buses. All right. My wife and I were wondering, when do kids go trick-or-treating? And I was thinking it would be last night because, that just makes sense. But nobody came trick-or-treating in our neighborhood last night, which makes me think it's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, it definitely depends on where you're at. It's going to be tonight where I'm at.
Yeah, so yeah, nobody came to our door. Our security camera never went off, and nothing. Our doorbell never went off. We're like, okay, we had 0 trick-or-treaters. So yeah,
it just depends on where it is. Usually, a lot of them won't even do a weekend. They'll actually go on the date as long as it's not a Sunday. Because some people go, "Ooh, wow, you can't have Halloween on the Lord's Day." So
the Lord's Day.
So there are probably going to be a lot of people trick or treating on Monday. So it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. I love watching the little children outfits. Chat, let us know if your children are dressing up and what they're dressing up as. Scrub, you have children, or what are they dressing up as? Or are they too old for Halloween?
Well, the oldest one is too old, but the youngest one, she's going to dress up as the man. She wanted to be a cute police officer. So she
the man. That's right.
So she has the hat and her little skirt and all that stuff. So yeah, it'll be good.
Nice.
It was cute.
Shaddai, what are your children dressing up as?
Actually, I really don't know. I really don't know. I know they're gonna be in school, but then after that, they have to go back to back to sleep. So
I won my first grade, I believe, Halloween costume contest. I dressed up as like an alien. My mom had made me. I wanted to be an astronaut, but in making me an astronaut, she made me an alien. I had the hat on. It was made out of paper mache back then, right? With a cellophane visor, and she put antennas on it and all this stuff, and I was just like an alien. I wanted to be an astronaut. Yeah, and I ended up winning.
That's awesome.
I still remember that one. So yeah, all right, let's get right into it. Let's check in with the chat. We got Back from the Dead joining us. Thank you so much, Back from the Dead. Appreciate you. My buddy Doggy Dog 420 coming in. By the way, guys, on the Iconic Video Games podcast, we are having our Halloween episode this Friday because Princess Zelda was ill this week. So we postponed the Halloween episode to this Friday, and you guys won't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think my costume is ridiculous, but we'll see. And so far, that's it. Not too many people saying hello in the chat. If you're in the chat, just be sure to hit that like and subscribe. So let's get right into it. I totally lost my topics. Oh, CERO. Callisto Protocol. That's right. Guys, the Japanese CERO has said no to Callisto Protocol because it is too violent. They told the developers to tone it down. The developers said no, so they're being denied a ratings in Japan. Now, there's no such thing as an X-rated game or anything like that like we have here. If you don't fall within the ratings, you don't release as entertainment overseas. So a big bummer for the Japanese gamers, but the developer of Callisto Protocol refusing to change their game, and we've always said, make the game you want. But should they continue to make the game they want, even if they can't sell said game in the countries? Let's go to Coolcat Terri first. Coolcat, Callisto Protocol being too violent, and them making the game they want and not being able to sell it.
I guess it comes down to what is their goal? Is their goal to have, the artistic freedom and just, do what they want, which is great? Or is their goal to make money? So, because that's the thing. When it comes to making certain things, a lot of things are easily banned overseas for a huge array of different reasons. They'll ban for, all kinds of things. But so you really have to, kind of plan that out if you're all about making money. I don't know, but at the same time, I don't think the violence should be a reason, because we've had plenty of games that have been crazy violent for generations. We've even seen stuff in like Outlast where like literally there was a guy, very graphically, sawing a guy up and stuff. So like,
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like it hasn't really been an issue in the past, and we've had games like Doom that are super gory, and that wasn't an issue. So like, what's the issue?
Right. The country of boyfriend and girlfriend and waifu simulator says Callisto Protocol can't release. It can't release in the country. Shaddai, you're a big JRPG guy. What do you think about Callisto Protocol not releasing in Japan because it cannot get a rating?
Well, actually, I'm a big fan of Dead Space, so for them to make Callisto Protocol, that's actually on my radar for me to pretty much on most anticipated game. So I will get this. But I'm with Terry. There's, there are games that comes from Japan that are gory, other than anime. Anime is crazy.
That's right.
But let's use an example. We have Resident Evil. We have Fatal Frame. You have all those things, so they are gory. From my understand, from the people that actually tried it, from my understanding, that supposedly is really, really gory. Like it will make you uncomfortable. So I don't know how uncomfortable it's gonna make a person feel, but we play worse. Especially like the one that just came not even too long ago, Scorn. So for some, they look at it like I feel uncomfortable about this, but people play it. They like to play that. That's why it's called a horror game. They want you to scare. They want to make you feel uncomfortable. But for them to ban it, it's like I don't think about too much of the money part. But the thing is that I feel like it's contradicting themselves. They rate a lot of the games, especially the gory ones, and they let them pass. By not letting pass Callisto Protocol, there's gotta be some type of lame excuse that they're like, you know what, we don't want it. But I'm not like, I'm with them. Why would I turn it down? Because it's gonna be a back and forth type of thing. You have this, you have that in Japan, but I'm creating this, and now you're trying to say I can't release it. I will do the same thing. I'm like, you know what, forget it. But for some, remember the CERO ratings is like ESRB in the United States. It's the same thing. Back in the days during the Mortal Kombat, remember a lot of parents also, they didn't like that because it was so gory because of the fatalities. But look at they've
only gotten worse over time, and it's still here.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, look at the time right now. We still have gory games. We still have them. But if you go down, Axel, it will say that supposedly no more. There's more, because it will say this is the part. This is for violent games.
These things?
No more. You went way too low.
Oh my good lord.
Yeah, like number 2 or something like that, because it has a right there. See, violence expression type. So I was looking at that, and I'm like, description of corpse. What we do with them with a xenomorph, we dismantle them, so it's the same thing. So I think it's because they're trying to look at that like, yeah, but you dismantle whatever alien it is. You see the guts way too realistic.
But they did that in Outlast.
Yeah, well, I haven't played Outlast.
The whistleblower DLC was very graphic, very graphic. But no, like I don't know. Like I said, I'm calling BS. And look at like other what is it? The Evil Within. That was very graphic.
Yes, and that's from a Japanese studio, Tango Gameworks.
Yeah, this is BS.
Yes.
There you go. All right. Let's check in real quick with the chat. Cerebral Paul says Japan banning it makes me want it day one.
That's true.
Awesome. Happy Cloud Gamer stops in and he says, "Hey guys, I'm at work, guys, so I can't stick around today. Have a great stream. Thank you so much for your support, Happy Cloud Gamer. We appreciate you."
I think he didn't use the excuse that they had at Twitter that is straight from Sergeant Price that you could have the day off.
There you go. You're talking the Call of Duty SKUs. I see.
Yeah.
So CERO does have a Z rating. I want to focus on the Z. It says for 18-year-olds and above only, expression and content suitable only to 18-year-olds and above are included in the game. This assumes that the game should not be sold or distributed for those younger than 18. They could definitely give a game a Z rating. Now, I don't know if a Z rating kills a game in Japan.
Let me ask you something. What is the... It may be different definition, but what does the expression stand for in here? What's the meaning of expression? Like, I'm scared. That type of expression?
I'm pretty sure expression means reaction.
Exactly, but that's what I'm thinking. But I'm like...
Yeah. But, yeah. So Callisto Protocol staying where they want to make it their game, holding their ground, saying no, we're not changing. And by the way, it looks incredible.
Yes.
But CERO saying, well, if you want to sell in Japan, you got to change this. Otherwise, you don't get a rating, and therefore effectively banning the game in Japan. Scrubners, games banned in other countries is not new. Western games being banned in other countries.
Right.
What are your thoughts on Callisto Protocol being banned for? I'm going to assume violence.
Well, I know when I want to watch TV or play the different games I like to do, and it's in another country, I use a VPN. So now this is why I want to talk to you about today's sponsor.
Oh, hell no. I wish.
No, I was just joking, but I think this is actually going to be great for Callisto Protocol because the fact that they said is going to be banned, like Paul said earlier, and Callisto Protocol standing on their ground and saying we're not doing it, it's just going to make more people want to play it. And like I said, when I talked about earlier, I was joking with VPNs. Folks are finding a way to get around it to be able to play this game. Also, it's not, I think with the internet and things being more transparent and people finding leaks and different stuff of this nature, it just makes stuff look like it's just so outrageous. But this has been happening all the time. Japan has censored and asked stuff to be changed for Call of Duty, Gears of War. They've asked stuff to be changed for GTA. So this is not something new that they're doing all of a sudden. So yeah, they have the right to do it. We know China does a lot of stuff with movies and different nature. You can't have this kind of character. You can't talk about this. You have to change or edit and cut out. So game companies, movie studios, they're used to this stuff, but especially coming around this news being brought out right around Halloween, I think this is just going to get more people who maybe weren't even interested about Callisto Protocol want to jump in and see what's the big hype. So I think this is going to be great. What they're trying to cut out, we don't know. I know what we've seen already is pretty gory, but I imagine it's probably even worse than what we might be thinking. So that imagination is going to be running wild. So people's going to get to see it. I know the creators, they were like, to get the gore or whatever or the style. We watched a bunch of car wrecks and the carnage those give to people. I was like, wow, that's pretty dark. If anybody remembers Faces of Death back in the day. So
Oh yeah, I used to watch those all the time.
oh god, you're crazy.
Yeah,
But
the Faces of Death back in the 90s.
yeah, on VHS, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be fine. Japan will support it. Like I said, they'll find their ways around it. I think they're going to make a lot more money now that it's out there like this.
Yeah, banned games definitely have a certain allure to them. Like, oh, what's in this game that is so awful that it gets banned? Absolutely. I feel that Callisto Protocol, I believe I read somewhere that the reason they're banning it is because the main character gets dismembered in such violent ways. They don't like it. And they don't encourage that. Now, I know that Japan does have a I don't want to bring in a dark topic, but the population seems to be more keen to hurting themselves. And they especially do believe in monsters, through their spirituality. They do believe in spiritual stuff. And maybe some of this stuff just reflects it a little too close. You never know. It could be something. Of course, I'm just reaching here, guys. I don't know absolutely anything about Japanese culture. Correct me if I am wrong. All I know is what's been shown to me on YouTube and stuff like that. And seeing it presented in a certain light is not the same as living it. So if I am 100% wrong, let me know. But yeah, Japan just banning Callisto Protocol. I think it sucks for Japanese gamers that want to play this game legitimately. They're going to have to resort to illegitimate ways, as Scrivener said, to get a hold of the game, which
it's legal. It's not illegitimate.
if your country bans something and you get a hold of it, it's illegitimate, man. Now, and like we said, there are definitely ways that they're going to get a hold of this, but I think the market penetration in Japan is just not going to be that good. But it's okay. It doesn't matter anyway. Japan doesn't carry the gaming market anymore.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I didn't say that. That's Square Enix.
Yeah, this would be different if this was Final Fantasy. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, they have vending machines with underwear in it, and
Yeah.
you have anime with this and blah blah blah. Well, in that country, it's illegal for like prawn videos, if y'all catch what I'm saying.
Corn videos,
yeah. So most of the time when you see stuff in anime, it's more of a sexualized nature versus the gore, which they do have. I'm not saying they don't have it, but a lot of times the more weirder things that we think of, why do they have that, is more sexualized versus the horror and the gore.
Yeah. Because they're okay with nudes, but they're not okay with gore.
Well, it's technically not nude because it's a cartoon. It's animated, so it's not a real person.
Right.
Therefore, it's okay.
I don't know. Resident Evil gets away with it.
If it's tentacles.
And that's a Japanese.
How dare you make that into horror? Everybody knows that's sexuality.
And since he was like spirituality, the Fatal Frame is the same thing.
There you go. All right. So yeah, guys, let us know what you think in Callisto Protocol. Cerebral Paul says it kind of surprises me that Japan of all places are banning it. Yeah, Japan typically doesn't ban games.
Well, they banned The Last of Us and The Witcher.
Like I said,
did they ban The Last of Us?
Mm-hmm.
They ban it because the people said they will not change the game. But they've asked multiple games and multiple studios to change what they're doing. The only reason why they get banned is because the studio says they're not going to change it. So there will be a lot more that would be banned if the studios decide to keep it as they planned it.
Absolutely.
That's why I say yes. Is it a big deal? Yes, but it happens all the time in this
Artistic
country.
freedom. You're not
Yes.
telling me what to do with my creation.
Keep your government out of my artistry.
Don't make me paint your face.
All right. So that's a great opening topic. Not a lot to say about CERO and Japan being banning it. Just, a nice opening topic while the chat came in. Hopefully people are in, and let's check in with the chat real quick. Dreadful is in. Dreadful, thank you so much for stopping by. I know Dreadful is doing a great haunted house in Florida. It looked awesome. He showed it off on the
I thought they banned it in Florida. It's too gory.
Too gory. Yeah. They might, after what I saw. They're doing over there. No. So shout out to Dreadful. He's been super busy doing his haunted house. Awesome. Jason Max joins us. He says, just remember, Xbox is number one. Absolutely, Jason Max. We are definitely in the Xbox's number one category here on this show. All right. Let's move it along, guys. Up next, our next topic is going to be the Xbox potential price increase that was reported on thanks to the Wall Street Journal. And, PlayStation raised their prices in all the countries except the United States. Even Canada got price increases. And Quest raised their price by $100, even though you get Beat Saber now, which is awesome. But still raised their price $100. Nintendo and Xbox said that they were not raising prices yet, but now they're about to. And this is reported again by Tom Warren of The Verge. Oops, there we go. Not The Verge, sorry. Tom Warren from Wall Street Journal. He says, Phil Spencer hints at future Xbox Game Pass or console price increases at Wall Street Journal Live. I do think at some point we'll have to raise the prices on certain things, but going into this holiday, we thought it was important to maintain the prices. We've held on to the price of our console, we've held price on games, and our subscription. I don't think we'll be able to do that forever. I do think at some point we'll have to raise some prices on certain things. That's the end of the quote. Hashtag Phil Spencer. So he doesn't necessarily say that he's going to raise the price of the console. He doesn't say he's going to raise the price of Game Pass or Xbox Live Gold. Now, Xbox Live Gold has seen some price increases. I remember it was $30 when it first released. Last time I bought Xbox Live Gold, it was $60 for a year. So it's not unheard of for prices to increase. Terry, price increases coming to Xbox. How dare he?
I mean, I feel like we've all knew that eventually it was going to happen, but it's not happening this year. So people can, don't get all up in a twist just yet. It hasn't happened yet, but I mean, it is inevitable. As everybody else raises their prices, the competition, everybody else will follow suit because, they're like, well, if everybody else is able to, still profit off of a price hike, there's no reason why we can't do it. Clearly it's not going to hurt us. What company is going to shrug at more profit? So yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, even with the games, he says that he held on to the price of games, but even then, we've already seen price hikes from certain companies have already been raising their price for their games, with the whole $70 and stuff. That's already been happening, and that doesn't matter what console you're on. It's coming. I don't know. There isn't really too much to go on it because we already knew this was going to happen at some point. They're not going to stay at 60 forever, just like they didn't stay at whatever they were 20 years ago forever. The prices are going to go up.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with what you're saying there. Something's going to go up. Shaddai, what are you thinking on here?
I believe that they're manipulating. You know why? We were like, we don't want that $70. But Call of Duty started with the $70. Then we started having that Cyberpunk, whatever it is, for $70, and it came all buggy and all that.
Leave Cyberpunk out of this.
No, what the thing is that we already knew, and as much as Microsoft, if the deal goes through with the Activision Blizzard, the price will go up. So I'm not surprised by that. And there's something that Phil Spencer said, that the Game Pass have reached its maximum on the console. That's kind of like, for me, it's like, well, they did have a problem with the chips, so I think they reached their limits. So I'm not surprised by the reason why I'm saying that is because how are they gonna gain more money if he says that they reached the maximum? He believes that he reached the maximum for consoles, but not for PC because it keeps going up. But they did, what he said. He actually kept his word. He actually hold to the price increase compared to Sony's. So now it's pretty much their turn. It was gonna come sooner or later, anyways. Now, where should they increase? That's the part. Other than Game Pass, that's the part that we don't know where he's gonna increase. Because if he's gonna decide to increase in the on the console, the question is, if you reach that maximum, how are you gonna raise it? So that part is what actually gets me thinking. Where are you gonna raise it? Now, on the games, we already know majority of the games are pretty much hitting that 70 mark, anyways, and it's like we don't have. How can I say? Like we can't say anything about it because everything is going to 70 anyway. So it's like I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna raise it on their first party games for $70. So that's what I think. That is, we already knew it was gonna come.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Price increase may be coming up here in the future. Scrubners, what are your thoughts on it?
I think the back and forth is just ridiculous. This is just another console war hot take thing because I remember back in the 90s and when I was in college, going the early 2000s or right at 2000, when I was starving and I was really hungry and I didn't have nothing to do, every now and then McDonald's will run a deal. We're going to roll back our prices on our hamburgers and cheeseburgers back to the year of 1950, whatever. And you could get cheeseburgers for 39 cents and like hamburgers for 29 cents. And if you try to get one French fry at McDonald's, they're going to charge you like $5. So prices do eventually go up with time. It's part of inflation. If you get a Snickers from versus 10 years ago, first of all, the Snickers is going to be more expensive. Then also the Snickers is usually smaller than what it used to be. If anybody else has noticed it.
Yeah. They got rid of the chocolate.
The king size has turned from a large Snicker to like two smaller Snickers or whatever. It's just it's just ridiculous. Folks are going to do stuff like that to make more money. They're corporations. As far as this, when we look at what Phil Spencer said, there's two main things we want to look at. He says at some point we'll have to raise the prices at some point, but at the same time, he stressed that for the holiday, we are not raising prices. So you don't have to worry about that right now. You'll have the prices you want. Things will change. To me, if anything changed in the close future, it would probably be maybe Game Pass. I'm thinking they'll end up getting rid of the regular base Game Pass. Once you have enough people, I think you'll just go from no regular Game Pass and just have Game Pass Ultimate, which would be $15 straight across the board, and everybody has access to the cloud. I think that's the best way to get an extra $5 from a lot of people, add more money, but it doesn't seem like you're just going crazy with your prices. And a lot of people already have Game Pass Ultimate anyway, because they're getting Game Pass Ultimate for the cloud, but also if there's any betas or early access and all that stuff, you can only get that if you have the Game Pass Ultimate. So that would be, I think, the price hike that would really work more than anything. We see Game Pass as profitable. We don't know what's going down in the road. Yeah, they went down with what was their console sales were down, but
Year over
okay,
year.
yeah, year over year the console sales are down, but at the same time they're not in it to make money on the consoles, they're in it to make money off the software. So I think with all of those things coming around, and they just did their quarterly earnings for it, I think everybody's like, ooh, look at this, what's going on, I don't understand, blah blah blah. Look, I don't think anything's happening soon, especially when there's a backlash with Sony, for Microsoft to come right back behind Sony and start raising prices, whether it's we're going to up our games to 70, or we're going to up Game Pass Ultimate to $22, or we're going to up our consoles like Sony did. It's going to look horrible, and all that trust that they've gained from the fans is just going to be washed out. Right now, lose you a little bit of money just to see that people have somewhere else to go, especially especially coming in with the holidays, and parents and family members are trying to choose which one I want to spend on. Yeah, Dreadpool, yeah. Maybe turning gold to Game Pass Basic. My thoughts is, if Game Pass gets to 50 million, I think gold is gone, because nobody's really playing the gold games. They might download them, but it's not the same offerings, because most of those great offerings that they had in years past, they're now going to Game Pass. So Game Pass is profitable. It's proved it's profitable. Now, if you get around 50 million, you're gonna, that $15 or $10 a month, it's going to cover the cost of what folks were paying for gold anyway, or Xbox Live. So I think once they hit that, Xbox Live goes away. You have Game Pass, no $10 anymore. It's at $15, and I think everything smooths off pretty well, and you won't have any more problems. So that's right. I think this is a lot of hyperbole right now, and hopefully Microsoft kind of knows how to finagle this later on down the road. He said eventually. This does not mean anytime soon. He just said holiday. So hopefully there will be nothing past anything done this year. So chill out, some of you people.
So that means he's gonna wait for February, where everybody's lovey-dovey. I'm like, we love you guys. Here's the race.
Right when the games come out, that'd be the perfect time.
Yeah, pretty much. You gotta love
guys,
this.
Congratulations, we're gonna release Redfall, price increase.
Yeah, on Valentine's Day, right there on the spot.
Oh my god, that would be awful. That's why I am loaded up on Game Pass, because you never know when the price is gonna go up. I love me my Game Pass, man.
Yes, I definitely load up on it. There's so many places, and what's that? The one in Europe, Geneva or whatever.
Yeah,
I use that to get those keys all the time when they go on sale.
yeah. Here in soon they'll be on sale here for $30, $25 to $30 for Black Friday deals. Game Pass, 3 months, and I'm just gonna buy like 10 of them. I'm gonna load up.
And then if you don't find those in Game Pass, there's are some keys now. They're still doing it. If they say get a year of Xbox Gold, or get a year of, or get like 6 months of Xbox Gold, what'll happen is, if you put that in, what you'll end up doing is it almost like halves it. It takes that Xbox Gold subscription and turns that into, if it was a year, it'll turn into like almost 7 months of Game Pass. 6 months ends up being like a little bit over 3 months of Game Pass. And that's what I do when I go and use those Aniba keys and stuff like that. I'll turn that Xbox Gold into Game Pass.
Absolutely. Turn that gold to Game Pass. It's even better, even more goldish.
That's right.
Becomes platinum at that point. All right. Let's see. Real quick, I want to address this in the chat. Fastback is having trouble chatting. I can't see where to check if he's muted in the mod settings. I have looked him up, Paul. He was banned from the chat, so I have unbanned him. I don't know if I need to refresh the stream or whatever, but if you see Fastback, let him know to give it a shot. Maybe refresh his screen. It should work. Let's see. Cerebral Paul says at some points does not. I'm going to assume that means does not equal tomorrow. It could be months.
Right.
According to the logic, if they raise the prices of the value of Game Pass goes up. That's right. You can no longer, if Game Pass is expensive, you can no longer say it's fodder, right? That's right. Yeah, Scrubbers, please share this out. Please like and subscribe. Be sure to share with your friends. We appreciate it. Let's see. Lost Boomer says, I'm not paying $70 for any game. Don't care what it is. Oh, you know, Lost Boomer, I was with you, but I broke down and bought Gotham Knights. I love me some Batman. And I regret it. Not because the game is bad. It's not. I'm actually enjoying it. But because, like, 3 days later, my good buddy, my pal, Doggy Dog, ended up scoring me a collector's edition of Gotham Knights that also comes with the game. So now I have 2 copies of Gotham Knights. So I'm going to be selling one on Facebook and getting some money. The marathonic Snickers. Let's see. Lost Boomer, if a certain game is in Game Pass or EA Play, it drops the price. I'm not sure what you mean by that, General Spartan. Do you mean the value goes up, so technically it's worth more, so overall the price reduces?
Or the discount too, if you have Game Pass or EA Play, if you choose to buy the game, you get that discount on them. That's what I'm guessing he's talking about.
Yeah. So try give that. I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see. General Spartan drops in. We're right here, of course. Thank you so much, General Spartan. We appreciate you. Lost Boomer, we appreciate you. Scrub Nurse, or maybe turning gold into Game Pass Basic. Yeah, so what how would you feel if there's Game Pass Basic, Game Pass, and then Game Pass Ultimate? You know, the 3-tier system like the competition is doing right now. Do you think that would be better, worse, more confusing, less confusing? Because I can tell you right now, I don't know the difference between Essential Plus Premium, Unleaded, Diesel. I don't know what's going on over there.
I say make it all $15. Get rid of gold. Get rid of paying for live. I mean, you're paying for it anyway in that Game Pass Ultimate. Basically, you're stretching out Game Pass and your Xbox Live for the year. So it's already baked into it. So just get rid of gold. Get rid of the $60 for the people who do not want Game Pass, but they want to play online, because the Game Pass should cover that. For those people who decide not to, just make it all 15. And Netflix has tiers like that. Netflix has like 3 or 4 tiers.
Yeah, Netflix Basic.
Yeah, all that stuff. Cut the confusion out. Make it one straight flat price. Get rid of gold and live. People will go crazy for that. You already got rid of the paywall for your free games, and I think that would be the best way to do it. Let's try to figure out.
They should create one. It's gonna call Game Pass for life, but it's gonna be on for only 5 years before the new refresh for $100.
Game Pass for life.
Wow. It could be a way it could be a marketing thing too, because they recently announced they're doing the family plan. So if they start raising the prices on games, it'll get more people to get the family plan. So it could be a thing for that.
Possibly.
Absolutely.
Could be.
Crazy Greek Dude says, good morning. I think good morning Xbox over the Broncos. The Broncos aren't playing right now. It just started about 5 minutes ago. It is 0-0. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the Broncos, my Broncos, can pull off a W.
Is Russell Wilson still the quarterback?
He is.
Okay. Because, yeah.
You know what, Shaddai? Just kiss it. You know what?
Yeah, he got that bag, and he hasn't ever been the same.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's see. How much is Game Pass Family Plan going to be? All signs point around $25 to $30.
Which is, I think, is a great price if you're thinking, nuclear family. Let's say 3 or 4, you're still saving a lot of money. I think it's a great deal.
Absolutely. I think it's a good deal at $25 to $30 for. I don't know if that's a month or if that's 3 months, but hopefully it's 3 months. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Because me and my cousin are already discussing joining accounts if it's profitable enough. If it saves us even if it saves us $5, I think we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Doggy Dog says, yeah, when they go on sale for Black Friday, I'm buying tons too. He's talking about those Game Pass codes.
Yeah.
They definitely will. They always run out of codes too. You got to jump on them. Let's see. Fastback banned because of my Cowboys being number 1 in our fantasy football league. That's right.
There's only one thing that I can say. I was actually criticized by picking up a defense in the 4th quarter, and I'm the only one who beat him. So he got his first loss. Victory is sweet.
There you go. That 4th round defense pick. Who the hell does that shit?
But you know what? Is that you look how he's giving me the fruits. So now I'm winning. So go Bills.
That's right. This week I'm playing without a position because so many of my players are on bye week, and I don't want to drop them just to risk not being able to pick them back up next week. So I'm playing a player short this week. I'm like, I'll take the L to keep this team.
Word of advice: just get rid of Russell Wilson. You'll be fine.
Oh, I didn't draft Russell Wilson. The Broncos' offensive woes go much, much further than the quarterback. Trust me.
Yes.
Yeah. So, let's see. I think the only quarterback that could probably save the Broncos right now would be like Peyton Manning, because he would basically tell a coach to go F himself and run his own offense because he could. Just saying. You know what I'm talking about, scrub. Here we go. Fastback is in. Hey, yeah, Fastback finally made it. Woo! Unsubscribe. No. Don't unsubscribe, Fastback. Let's see. What else we got? Ban this Axel 1324 Gaming. It gives me the number 1 signal. The 1 finger up. All right, let's see. 1 loss means nothing when winning the championship at Eternal Shaddai.
Right.
I love fantasy football. Let's see. Tier 1 is old PS plus. Tier 2 is PS is Tier 1 plus. PS4 games. Tier 3 is all 3 plus PS1, 2, and 3 games. Yeah. I think that entire setup is messed up, especially as a retro gamer. I don't like that games are locked behind subscription tiers of services. It should be just unlock everything. But hey, they can do their business however they choose. It's their business, and apparently it's very popular. They have the number 1 subscription base in the world. Good for them. Let's see. Listening while playing Grounded. Hey, that's awesome. Don't die to those orb weavers. Rob joins us and he comes in hot saying, "Forget the Cowboys."
Oh man,
that's right.
That's the best. That's the best message in the chat I've seen all day. That's a good job.
It's so funny because my entire family is here. They are all here to go see the Cowboys this week. So like my family, like my uncles, my cousins, everybody's going to the Cowboy game this week. And I'm just they're like, "Do you want to go?" I'm like, "No, they're not playing the Broncos. I'm not paying. Screw that."
That's the same thing with the Saints. So it's like, same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, watch your mouth now. Watch your mouth.
I get to say out loud since they're 5-1 Buffalo. So.
All right. Let's see.
The Mag.
George, as he said, "Good morning. I'll be creeping while I cook." I almost read that wrong. Cook is what he said.
Making cereal is not cooking.
Yeah.
You know what? If you mix ingredients, isn't that considered cooking? If it's not cooking, is it alchemy? because I'll tell you what, man.
Wow. Okay. You make me think
That's
of
right.
Star Ocean.
Let's see. Split difference is the poll is blasphemous that he is not voting. Oh my goodness. Our Rub says I'd kick my family out if that was the case. Hey, you know, you can pick your nose and you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. You know, all you can do is pray for them to see the ways that the Cowboys haven't been great since the 90s. All right, we're boring, Terry. I can tell. All right, Terry, we had a poll in the chat.
Yes.
How did it go?
What should Xbox raise the prices on? 76% said raise those games. And don't you dare touch my precious Game Pass or my console prices, because that would be going too far.
That's blasphemy right there. That
Hey,
poll
you
is
know, as a
blasphemy.
Game Pass subscriber, I wouldn't mind because, you know, all those games are coming to Game Pass. So
Yeah,
$70
raise the-
Xbox first
exactly,
party
raise the
really wouldn't affect
games.
me.
Because as long as those games are on your Game Pass, it doesn't affect you. Unless they
Yeah.
increase the cost.
But at
of
the same time, it's forcing the person not to buy the game so they could get a Game Pass.
You know, if this was Newfist show, I would totally
I was
read
about-
what Dreadpool said,
Damn
because
it, you beat me to it.
channel, I'm not reading that, but that's hilarious, Dreadpool.
I
The
want
bag needs to read Dreadpool's chat. All right. You know what? I never gave my opinion. Yeah, I think if they do raise something, it should be the games. Everybody else has already broken the broken the seal on $70 games. Xbox just joining is going with the trend. So they would avoid the vast majority of backlash, although they'll still get console war-y backlash. But if they raise Game Pass, if they raise the console price, I think it will be detrimental to them. You know, they are not the market leader. Raising the price is not good. Their number one subscription service right now, Game Pass, is still in a growth state, maybe. Even though it has slowed down, maybe they've decided this is as good as it goes. Let's raise our prices and make more money. Although I hope that's not the case. Fingers crossed.
It'll raise up after the holidays with consoles being bought. The numbers of Game Pass subscriptions will rise, especially since you get like 3 months or a month free.
A month free, yeah. First month is free. It's like a drug dealer. You know?
Just a taste.
Keep
The
them
first
coming
taste
back.
is free.
I gotta have it, man. I need it.
I need my Game Pass, man.
Here's a sample.
You got any more of those Game Pass codes? Xbox.
Hey, Joe Rogan, you got any more of them Game Pass?
Oh, so great. Yeah, we like to have a lot of fun here, guys. All right. So it is time, Terry, for the Indie Spotlight. Terry, you ready?
Game Pass relief.
I am ready.
All right. Whenever you want to share your screen, I'm ready too.
All right, let's get this. All right, everybody, I got another one. And since tomorrow is Halloween, I decided to pick something that I don't really like horror games, but I know a lot of you do. So it's Halloween, so you're getting a horror game. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go.
All right, everybody. So I'm going to show you a trailer, and then I'll go over it like I normally do. So, yes, gaming.
Let's do it. Is that a camera?
I smell Fatal Frame.
You smell Fatal Frame?
Yeah, because I saw the camera.
This makes any sense to you right now, but I need you to understand one thing.
Mm.
If we want to get out of here alive, we need to work together.
Those puzzles, I hate those. Ugh.
I love puzzles. I love logic puzzles. They're my favorite. Phobia Saint Denis Hotel.
How do you pronounce that? What?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to pronounce it.
That's a cool view. I didn't know this view even existed. Cool.
All right, so there you go. So Phobia, and as you saw, that it's available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. It is $30 right now. I'm surprised they haven't put it down for like a sale for Halloween tomorrow. That's, I don't know. I feel like they should have did some sort of Halloween sale, but they lost the opportunity. But $30, go ahead, check it out. So you got to go and you have to explore a hotel across different timelines and uncover the dark history that lays within. And it has all of your tropes that every freaking horror game in existence has. Hotels and, creepy caverns and like every single horror game in existence takes place in the exact same location. But go ahead and check it out if it's your thing. If you are a fan of Resident Evil, it's going to definitely fit in with that style of gameplay. So yeah, definitely go ahead and have fun with that. And warning though, if you are a Resident Evil fan, and Shaddai said he doesn't like the puzzles. The puzzles in this game are more challenging than Resident Evil. So if the puzzles in Resident Evil, are too much for you, then you're about to get spanked. So
that's okay. That's the reason why they made strategy books. So that's okay.
It's now called YouTube.
That's right.
Yeah,
no
YouTube.
longer
Pretty much
YouTube, baby.
But yeah, so enjoy it. But yeah,
Prima video games.
It is Halloween. What's your guys' favorite Halloween theme-ish game, like monster game or horror game? Well, whatever it is that you play, because I know everybody's got a little different taste. Terry, what is your favorite horror game or monster themed game?
the game that I play every year is Wick. And you run around in the woods at midnight with a candle, and that's all you have is a candle. And you have to survive the night. And there's a bunch of very creepy children, haunting you in the freaking woods. So I play that every year, and it's a good time, especially if you're streaming it. People enjoy it.
All right, awesome.
That's good.
Scribners, your favorite horror or monster based game?
I don't know if it'd be more in suspense or horror, but I know back in college, because I don't play as much, but I know back in college when I used to give tours for the school, we used to get the keys to our university center, and we'd go into the big auditorium, and we could connect the PlayStation up to the screens, let down a projection screen, and we would play in there totally pitch black. We'd play Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
our controller would get us maybe to the top, the second row of the very top, and hearing those speakers blast and freaking turn around because you're like, where's that coming from? And oh man, I used to love that. So I liked it back then. We'll see when the remake comes out what we get then. But yeah, Silent Hill.
There you go. All right. Shaddai, what is your favorite Halloween themed game? And by the way, guys in the chat, let us know what your favorite Halloween themed game is as well.
I have, like always, I have two. Resident Evil 2. There's something about it that is that music when you're trying to save your your progress. It's like the music is so tense, the piano, that every single time that I get out of the save point and move forward, it becomes, for me, it's like, I don't know, it just changed everything for me. Resident Evil 1 was my favorite, of course, because I tried it, but 2 is just, the scale went higher. And Dead Space 2, my goodness, those mutated babies, bless you.
Thank you. Oh my God, I didn't mute it on time. Sorry, just keep going.
No, Dead Space 2, the babies, the sound of the babies, you're sometimes trying to look around because they screech and they come out of nowhere and hit you with those tentacles. My goodness, those are the two. And if I play it now, I'm still gonna have the same reaction because that's way too tense. But I love it.
And that wasn't banned in Japan.
It's like you said, the even within is the same thing. So,
all right, awesome games, guys. My Halloween themed game that I play, I'm not going to say on a yearly basis, but I would say it's the most horror. I'm not a horror guy. I'm not a horror puzzle guy. I hate that whole run away from the bad guy, never attack him trope, unless it's Alien Isolation. Shout out to Alien Isolation.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Castlevania series. You know, the old school Castlevania 1, the old school Castlevania on the Nintendo, the Castlevania on the Bloodlines on the Genesis, the Castlevanias on the Game Boys, like the Game Boy Advance. Obviously Symphony of the Night, the great Metroidvania, if you will. And Lords of Shadow, all those Castlevania games. I love me some Castlevania, some Dracula. Those are definitely my favorite ones. They're not necessarily horror games, but they're monster themed games, I guess. You know, they're slaying monsters as a Belmont, most of the time as a Belmont or someone related to a Belmont or Alucard. So, I'm gonna go with Castlevania on mine. And guys, trick or treaters, be sure to check your candy this year, especially if you get it from the Mag's house. He's cooking something right now, getting ready for you guys. Make sure you check that candy before you eat it. You never know what he put in it. All right, let's see. The Mag says, I see Axel already has his horrifying Halloween costume on.
oh, gee.
Oh, man. Check your candy from the Mag, guys. Let's see.
For kids, we're like, yo, here's a green jelly bean. But they're like, I don't like green. I'm like, no, it tastes sweet. And it's actually made out of broccoli. Trying to mess it up.
Trying to mess it like, have you ever had any flavored jelly beans? Well, try this flavor. What is this flavor? My ass. All right, let's see. Triple says Fear.
Good one.
The Mag says Dead Space and Resident Evil 7.
Mm-hmm.
Cerebral Paul said he's waiting on Dead Space remake so he can actually complete it.
That's awesome. That game is.
What children? I look at her in a different light now. Children in the Wood. Madness. I have no idea. This must be something that I'm. Is this a quote? Is this a quote?
No, I'm
not sure. The Mag
right
says scariest thing in Silent Hill these days are the controls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're tanky, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Cerebral Paul says he likes Scorn and the Medium. Still trying to finish Resident Evil Village. Plague Tale Requiem is quickly rising on his list. Splinter is with me on the Castlevanias. Yes, sir. Castlevania. If you know them, you know them. If you know, you know. All right, let's move the show along, guys.
I want to add real quick. That The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge was on PlayStation 2. It's definitely one of the most.
Oogie's Revenge?
Oogie's Revenge is definitely one of the most fun Halloween themed games I've ever played. So definitely check that out.
Even with the name of
it, or whatever you had to do.
I think you're biased based on your outfit, Terry.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Even the name is not that scary. Oogie.
What's the name of the dude in the film? Whatever, man.
That's a sock. Like somebody's socks.
Somebody's socks?
That's how it looks like. Like somebody's socks.
You talking about the character looks like a sock.
The character.
Looks like a sack, but okay.
No way. Right. Jack. That's his name, right? Jack
Skellington. Yeah.
Jack Skellington. He's awesome. All right, guys. So we have some great news and some sad news for those of you who care. The great news is that The Witcher got announced a remake.
Yes.
The OG Witcher.
About time.
This is a 13-year-old game, I believe, at this point.
I think it was 100.
15. I think
15-year-old game. Okay. Hold on a second. Let's stop for a minute here. Just to clarify, Axel, I was talking about Terry and her weird game, Children in the Woods. Oh. Okay, there you go. Now we know. Now it makes sense.
You will hate those kids, man.
I hate kids already. No, I'm just kidding. All right, back to the topic. The Witcher is getting a remake. It was announced it's getting, according to Nibel, He says CD Projekt Red has announced the Witcher remake built from the ground up with Unreal Engine 5, so brand new engine. It's being developed by Polish studios Fool's Theory with veteran Witcher staff. This is the previously announced title that was codenamed Canis Majoris. Still in early development, but the OG Witcher getting a remake, and just in case anybody forgot, this is what the OG Witcher looks like.
Can't forget that mess of a game.
This is like early World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that looks
style.
Gorgeous. Look at
Look
the
at that.
polygons. Look at the polygons.
And now, if anybody remembers the Unreal Engine 5 Matrix demo,
Oh, yeah.
this is it's a little step up. But remakes have been a hot topic as of late, mostly because there's a rumor going around that Horizon Forbidden Dawn is
Zero
getting a
Dawn.
remake, and people are like, that game is only 5 years old. Why is it already getting a remake? So forth and so on. So people are anti-remake. And so this one is a 13-year-old game getting a remake. Let's get some remake talk going. Guys, let us know what you think of the remakes in the chat below. Terry, The Witcher getting a remake is a 15-year-old game justifiable of getting a remake. On a
Yes.
engine.
Yes, I am full support of games getting remakes if they're, old games. I don't like what, I'm going to bash Sony. I don't like how Sony goes and they remake games that were from the previous generation. That's just stupid. That's a money grab. I don't like that. Those games don't need to be redone. But this game here definitely is one that deserves it. This game did not age well. It's rough. Plus, a lot of Witcher fans never got to play it if they are strictly on console because this was PC only.
PC only, baby.
Yep.
So this is a great opportunity to introduce the beginning of the franchise to the console gamer. So I do support them remaking this. And hopefully they do
just can't stop.
hopefully they do a good job with it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a Witcher fan, but I do support them doing this because, like I said, so many people missed out on it, and I would not recommend going back and playing the original. Don't. Wait
for the remake. Wait for the remake.
Wait for the remake.
There you go. Hey, Dirk Griggity pops in. Dirk, thank you so much for popping in.
Oh,
we appreciate you. We're talking over here if The Witcher is justifiable as a remake because it's 15 years old as compared to other remakes that are only 5 years old. So, Shaddai, The Witcher remake. What do you think of remakes in general, and do you think this remake is justified?
Remakes in general, some games deserve to have a remake and some don't. And it depends. And if it's a cult classic, I'll go for it. So for me, actually, I was really happy when this was announced because I had it. Well, actually, I do have it in my laptop. But the thing is that I'm like, I don't play too much PC because I guess the feeling is different. But I'm like, I do have Witcher 2 on my console and Witcher 3. But I'm like, for me, I was like, I never touched it because I'm like, man, I would really want to play one so I will know the story. I never played The Witcher in my life.
You don't need to. Just play it. Quit making excuses.
No, I'm a type of person that I really want to know from the beginning all the way to the end, even though if it's like, it doesn't matter. But no, I still wanted to do it like that. But this is a game that actually hyped me up because I'm like, it's about time because my goodness, I want to play this game. And if it's a remake on Unreal Engine 5, it's even better. So it's actually being made in one of the pretty much popular engines right now. So I'm looking forward to it. I really wanted to know how it's going to look like later on. This is probably, 7 years, 10 more years to go for this.
Yeah.
But I'm really hyped for it. But like I said, not all games deserve a remake. Only there's certain games, especially Resident Evil Code Veronica. Where is it? But, there's some, not all of them. But remakes are good if you know how to make it correctly. And don't make it like Warcraft Reforged.
Oh, all right. Great. Great points, Shaddai. Let's check in with the chat real quick before we get to Scrub Nurse's awesome opinion here.
Very awesome.
the Witcher will be
Yep.
20 years old when this game drops. Yeah, if it follows a 5-year development cycle, it definitely will. And Splendid Difference says that the competition is going to make everyone hate remakes. Good, in my opinion. We'll get to my opinion later. Cerebral says he's looking forward to it. Scribner says I welcome it. Of course, Dirt Gregory jumped in. Shout out to Dirt. Also, Witcher 1 is PC only, so this brings it to console. Yeah. Let's see. Dirt Gregory says, I love the Witcher remake, and it's definitely justified.
Yep.
Let's see. Remake game that are 2 generations and older, remasters only if needed. Otherwise, give us full access to last gen games as is. No remake or remaster. Absolutely. Is the old bald guy still in here? So no. You mean this old bald guy? But
I have hair. I have hair.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's
Grab
right
it.
there.
Grab
It's
it.
easily right there.
Why can't you grab it?
I think he's referring to the mag.
The mag. Yeah. I think so too. Sorry, I couldn't help but a chance to pick on Scrub a little.
I deliberately let it grow out.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Oh
Your
shoot.
turn, buddy. Remakes. Are they justified? Is this one justified? What do you think of it?
It's definitely justified. The fact that this game has been out like so long, like 2007. So if we go say 2007, what console will be out at that time? It'd be 360 generation. And like I said, when most people talk about The Witcher, what game are they talking about?
Witcher 3.
Exactly. They're not talking about 1. They're not talking about 2. They're talking about 3 because most people have not played this game. There's still a lot of people that hadn't played Witcher 3 or barely even got their foot wet in it, but they like the books or they maybe like the TV show that's on Netflix. So for them to be able to go and do this, I think this will be a great thing and a great opportunity for fans and for them showing love. In the big scheme of things, would you say oh man, I can't believe they're doing that. They're going to use all their resources and blah, blah, blah for this game. I'm waiting on them to do all these projects that they said was down the pipe or the new Cyberpunk game that they announced or blah, 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 blah. If they put this game out, it will make money. Bugs and all. Yes. It's gonna make so much money. And you go, well, how do you know? Have you seen GTA? Have you seen Skyrim? Skyrim comes out about every 2 years. With the new plus pro extra platinum, whatever.
Skyrim Ultimate is the latest one.
Yeah. So every time they come out with a console, Skyrim has a new edition. If they do a next gen upgrade, Skyrim will be there. Same thing with GTA. GTA 5 has been here forever, and they just keep refreshing it, putting a new coat of paint on it. So to be able to take this game that was PC that most people were not able to play, or like Shaddai says, we're waiting because they want to hear the story. Shaddai, you can go on YouTube or whatever, and there'll be 3-4 hour long playthroughs or people breaking down the whole entire story.
That's not fun.
If you don't want to wait, I'm just saying. Your excuse.
I'm gonna start fighting. I'm gonna start fighting with the screen. I'm like, this dude. I should have take the second one, the second answer, and he takes the third one.
Yeah. So
this dude.
Yeah.
The streamer doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, look, like right now, no, it's number 3.
Yeah. So you can definitely get it on there. So I'll welcome it. Like I said, this game's 15 years old right now. It came out in 2007. It is not The Last of Us, which just came out and been remastered in a remake. Horizon Zero Dawn, to do a full remake or remaster on a 5-year game is ridiculous. We already got enough remasters, but to do a remake of a game that's only 5 years, that's ridiculous. This is a game that is worthy of a remake for the age and for just the the story and the name that it comes with. I think just look at the screen. Just look at the screen.
Just look at this graphical travesty.
Yes, remake. Let's go ahead and do it. People are going to want to play it. The next Netflix show has gotten a lot of hype. We'll talk about something else with the show in a little bit, but I definitely think this needs to be remade, and I'm all for it. And I hope the fans who want to play it in a lot better light gets a chance to do it.
There you go. Absolutely agree with everything everybody has said. So I feel that Xbox has spoiled me when it comes to the remake remaster process, because Xbox added, FPS boost. They unlocked 4K resolution and games for free. They added Auto HDR AI, by the way, which is amazing on Panzer Dragoon for the OG Xbox. If you haven't played it, play that thing with Auto HDR. It changes the game. And then it runs at 60 frames. Again, changes the game on a quick shooter. Chef's kiss. But so I feel that remasters are basically just bringing an old game with, higher frames, unlocked textures, maybe some new textures, and adding a couple of bells and whistles like, I don't know, Dolby Atmos or something, audio, or Auto HDR, something like that. Those are remasters to me. That's not a remake. And the reason it's a remaster is remaster to me is because a lot of that can be done by AI now, as Xbox has proven. They don't need to do anything to the game code. They just load it up and the AI does the rest, and it seems to work pretty dang good. So remasters to me, yeah, they're pretty cool, I guess. I'm still a little spoiled, but at least call it a remaster. Don't call it a remake. A remake, Capcom set the standard of remakes when Resident Evil 2 Remake came out. That is a full, from the ground up, retelling of the story. New graphics, new controls, new camera angles, new everything.
Yeah, that kid is creepy.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That's a remake right there.
Yeah, the Call of Duties, the Modern Warfares, they basically look like movies now.
And even the story has changed too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Gears of War Ultimate Edition too.
Yeah. So the whole idea of remake to me is more in line with Resident Evil 2, more in line with Fable Anniversary or Halo Anniversary, where the whole thing is just done all over again. It's not just an upgrade, it's the whole thing. Final Fantasy VII Remake, that one was pretty great, even though it's only like the first third of the game, not even a third, maybe a fourth of the game. So that's also really great. So if you're going to remake something, you definitely want to build it from the ground up on new engines with updated graphics, and the game has to be justifiable to remake. If somebody tells me, oh, we're going to remake Tetris, what? You don't need to remake Tetris. It's not a justifiable thing. But if you're telling me you're going to remake this game, The Witcher, which, look at it, obviously we can achieve better. We're expecting better. And you're saying you're going to remake it on Unreal Engine 5? Expectations through the roof. It's going to be awesome. I definitely think that's more justifiable than anything else. So, yeah. Let's see. Let's check in with the chat right here. This man's wisdom is on another level. Spoken well, scrub. That's right. And Jason Max says, I love the Mafia remake. You know what? I never played Mafia.
Those are such great games.
It just never has struck me as something I want to play. I'm sorry. Tell us about the Mafia remake, Terry.
It's fantastic. Like, you really should play through them. And like, each Mafia game is like its own standalone game. They don't really go together. Like they change the characters and stuff. Kind of like how GTA, like they're their own standalone with their own characters. But yeah, no, they're fantastic. You really should play them. Especially if you're into that kind of style of adventure with like your GTAs or like LA Noire, Godfather, all those things. It's very well done, and yeah, everybody should play those for sure.
All right.
The music is amazing. Some of the best soundtracks. Some of the best soundtracks in gaming is from the Mafia series for sure.
All right. Well, there you go, everybody. The Mafia series. Be sure to check it out. I do know people speak very highly of the Mafia series. I just haven't gotten into it for some reason. Don't at me, people. I'm innocent. I am innocent. All right. So that is the good news with the Witcher. Let's move on to the bad news. In my opinion, the bad news. The bad news is that on his Instagram, Henry Cavill, Henry Cavill, famous for playing Superman and also famous for personifying Geralt in the Netflix Witcher series, on his Instagram announced that his journey as Geralt of Rivia has been filled with both monsters, adventures, and alas, I will be laying down my medallion and my swords for season 4. In my stead, the fantastic Mr. Liam Hemsworth will be taking up the mantle of the White Wolf. As with the greatest of literacy characters, I pass the torch with reverence for the time spent embodying Geralt and enthusiasm to see Liam's take on this most fascinating and nuanced of men. Liam, good sir, this character has such a wonderful depth to him. Enjoy diving in and seeing what you can find. The Witcher at Liam Hemsworth. So, for those of you who watch the Netflix series, you know that Henry Cavill is essentially a perfect reflection of what has been portrayed as The Witcher. His voice is great, the eyes, the build, everything. Henry Cavill just personified Geralt, and I think it's one of the biggest reasons why Netflix has such a winner on their hands is the casting was correct. They nailed it. So now Superman is being replaced by Thor in The Witcher. So for me, nothing against
Thor's
Liam
brother.
Thor's
brother.
Yep.
Thor's brother. Yeah, sorry.
There's a big difference.
Nothing against Liam Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, you're right, Liam. Sorry. I'm sorry. Thor's brother. Yeah, nothing against Liam Hemsworth. He is a fantastic actor. I'm sure he's going to give it his all. But you're kind of trying to fill shoes that nobody can even foresee anybody filling at this point. Henry Cavill, I think, was accepted because he was such a nerd. He is a gamer. He plays D&D. He plays Warhammer. He does all of that stuff. He builds his own gaming PC. He's actually one of us. And I think that's why people accepted him so widely. And yeah, to me, this is just sad because we're losing such a great actor. Being replaced with another great actor, but such a great actor. Terry.
Okay.
Dry those tears, Terry. Dry those tears.
I have no tears. I do not watch the show. I am not a fan of The Witcher, like I've said. I can't speak on behalf of his acting, but I will say that whenever I see him as Geralt, I hate it. I hate it so much. I see Cavill as him because I hate his face. His face isn't right. I don't like the way he looks. To me, he does not look like Geralt. I can't stand it. And it just really makes me not want to watch it ever because he doesn't fit the part to me. His acting might be on par with the character, but his face is wrong. So I don't like his face.
What?
I hate his face.
I don't like his face. I hate his face. I hate his face.
His face is from 15 years ago.
He's got too much of a baby face. Geralt is supposed to be freaking rugged and,
This is true.
and stuff and, scars and ruggedness. And he's over here with a freaking smile on his face with his, with his baby face. And I just can't do it. I hate his face. I freaking hate his face.
Just give him 5
He doesn't look the part. He doesn't look the part.
I
all right?
wholly
He looks
disagree
like
with what
he
you're
looks
saying.
like
He
he
looks
would
the part 100%.
No, he doesn't. He looks like he could play Legolas's freaking brother, not fucking Geralt. He doesn't look the part. He doesn't. He doesn't have that gruffness that Geralt's supposed to have. No, like he looks like Geralt if Geralt never went through all the hell he went through. And he's going through a lot, man. No.
It's only the way they're doing the books in order. It's only The Witcher won't give him time. More ladies will scratch his face.
Look, the freaking crap crappy, version of Geralt in the original first game that we just talked about look better than freaking, Cavill
Are you
does.
kidding me?
Yes.
That travesty does not look better than what
I would
Netflix has
take
put
I would
out.
take that version over freaking Cavill any day. No, he's got the perfect face for Superman because it's he's got the it's perfect for that role. But no, I never liked the way he looked for Geralt. Never.
No way. Oh, you're so off on this.
No.
She is telling some truths about the look and the scar and he's supposed to have some kind of wrinkles going on, and he is weather beaten and war torn.
He is. He's been through it, all right, for a very long time. And Cavill looks like he just freaking just started. Like he's like, I just became this.
The fountain of youth.
I have seen nothing. I am basically a babe, a fresh, clean babe thrown out here on the battlefield. Fear me. I'm like, I can't take him seriously.
It's called Fountain of Youth.
No, man, he doesn't look the part. He never has. Like I said, I can't speak to his acting because I haven't watched him do it. But every time I see a picture of him as Geralt, it irks me so much, and I can't.
All right. Well, we have Terry fired up over here. Terry, there was a poll in the chat. Can you read the poll results?
Is it okay that The Witcher is getting a remake? 75% of you said it's awesome. Because you're super excited. This is great. And then 25% of you, me included, said, I don't give no Fs because, it is what it is.
There you go. Would you rather have George Clooney, Terry? An old man with some wrinkles on there? With his old face and old acting? With his old muscles?
No, you can't just throw an old guy in the role. It still has to work, it has to be right, it's just, no, he's not right.
Christopher Lloyd is right there on par.
She said Clooney's too pretty, old man.
He's too pretty of an old man. I hope I never get on her bad side. Did she just say effing yeah on a family show? She did.
No, I'm serious, man. Cavill never looked the part. Never, ever, ever looked the part. And I can't do it. I can't do it. It's terrible.
And the chat is backing up. Tell us how you really feel, Terry. Coolcat Terri, tell us how you really feel from Paul. By the way, Paul, thank you so much for joining us. Kind of true. Geralt is beat up. I don't know if you've seen Geralt, but in The Witcher 3, Geralt doesn't get beat up. He does the beating up of both the ladies and the monsters.
I don't know. Seeing as how only like 30% of the people who played Witcher 3 actually beat it, they probably don't know that.
I mean, that 30%, yes. Yeah. There you go. So let's see. I like Henry as the Witcher, but better him as Superman. I moved on from Cavill as Superman because WB made me move on. So now they're pulling him back, and I hope. But then I lose him here on The Witcher, Netflix. I'm so sad. Shaddai, bring us back in, sir.
Nope.
Just wait for 5 more years. He'll be on that Unreal Engine 5, and he'll be better. No, actually, well, he's moving to Superman, so I think he's not gonna be able to do both. So I know he's getting paid really well over at WB for this. But for me, I can't really say I haven't played The Witcher. So, and I never watched the show either. I only lasted.
Boo this
probably...
man, chat. Boo this man.
But you've seen pictures. You know what Geralt is supposed to look like.
The thing
right?
is that okay. I seen the show, but I only lasted 10 minutes until I found out that the credits was pretty much on my screen because I fell asleep. So
see, you bored him so much he passed out in the first episode.
Well, that's what happens when you try to watch something on Netflix at 11:30 at night too.
No, actually, it was early. It was actually early. Just that I'm like, wow, it looks interesting. But...
It was 2 p.m. on a Monday, and he passed out.
No, but this is typical. This is very typical. He got a new role. Everybody was pretty much asking for Henry Cavill to be back for a Superman, and I guess he got it. So he was like, okay, I like The Witcher, but I'm going to this role, which I know I'm gonna get way better pay than Netflix because I had a feeling that sooner or later Netflix was gonna pull the plug on The Witcher, like they usually do. So he went, he left from the, he just took the back door, the safe side, so he doesn't want to end up with, with no job. So he went to WB. So this is just typical. I'm just very happy for him that he's doing Superman. I don't know about this guy doing that one. It probably is going to feel kind of weird. But do you think he's going to do a great job, or on par from what Henry Cavill have done? Probably not. So I don't
think he could do rise to the occasion.
He might surprise you, I'd say wait and let him.
Why? Because because that's Thor's brother. Is that why you think he's gonna do better?
I couldn't care less about that. It's just I feel like
forget the sword. Let's use the hammer instead.
No, I just feel like people shouldn't immediately assume the next person's going to fail just because they have feelings over the previous.
Well, let's put it this way. A good example is you got Jack Nicholson doing Joker, but then you got Heath Ledger and he actually surpassed him.
Mm-hmm.
So
and nobody wanted Heath to do it. Nobody wanted him to do it. They all said that he was wrong for it.
That's right.
So,
he gave us
that's
the
what I'm saying.
Joker of all time.
Don't judge Liam until he delivers, and then if he screws it up, then you can judge him all you want. But at least
blame Terry while you're at it.
Don't blame me because I don't like Cavill doing it. So does it, maybe Liam will do better. I don't know, or maybe he'll look the part, but his acting will suck. Who knows? He might flip flop.
You know what? I think he might get a support character. I forgot what was the girl's name in The Witcher. I forgot her name.
Which one?
Jennifer. It probably probably his brother is gonna play her.
Yeah, he never played Witcher. He called her Jennifer. So yeah, we know that.
Yeah, so probably Chris is gonna play Jennifer. You never know. Jennifer.
If you think Henry Cavill is babyface, Terry,
he's babyface.
Wait till you see Liam Hemsworth. Okay.
He at least should have put on some facial hair or something. It would have helped.
She said they can put a scar on his face. They can do makeup to make him look older.
Yeah, make him look rugged. He didn't look rugged. Geralt looks rugged. Even in his earlier times, he was already looking pretty
nothing
rugged.
in this image search that I'm doing right now looks rugged at all about Liam Hemsworth. Okay.
Put him in the desert for a couple of weeks and he'll look rugged.
How does this look, Terry? How rugged is this?
That's not rugged, but I'm saying we'll see what he does. But no, freaking Cavill definitely wasn't rugged.
He looks like he actually was made from Unreal Engine 5.
From Unreal Engine 5, that's right.
You see, he didn't throw up a picture of Henry Cavill in as the Witcher.
Yeah,
because he looks terrible. It's freaking Geralt, man.
Let me see if I can find a picture of him.
Come on, come on.
Let me see. Let me pull it up over here on the side here.
They do those castings to get people to go, oh, look at the hot guy that's playing The Witcher as well, to get other audiences to come watch it. So,
well, I don't know. You know what? It make me feel like the Superman from the TV show. That you got Henry Cavill and then you got this guy, and it feels so off. And I couldn't stand him playing Superman. I couldn't stand it.
Look at this. Look at this.
Where's the rugged part, though? That's what she's saying.
Look at his hair. How rugged is that? Look at that.
No, that's just
his face.
He didn't comb his hair. That's all that was. He didn't comb his hair.
Yeah, he actually looks like the game, though.
No, he doesn't. His face.
No, I'm not talking about Witcher 1. I'm talking about Witcher 3.
Exactly.
Witcher 3, he still looks rugged, and he has a scar, and none of that is on his face.
You were probably playing at 420.
You've never played, so you never even watched a video.
Here. Blood and everything.
That's not rugged. It's bloody.
That's ketchup.
Not rugged.
That's ketchup.
It's not rugged, man.
Guys, it just goes to show you can't make ladies happy these days. You can be Henry Cavill and still not be rugged enough.
No, Cavill's never been rugged. All right.
He's
a pretty boy.
He's a pretty boy.
She just wanted him to be like in an anxiety.
I don't want eye candy for the role of freaking Geralt.
Jason Max is Netflix trying to get female viewers.
It's true. It's true. That's why you get Liam.
There you go.
Damn, so that means
about
he's
the
gonna
casting
suck
choice.
Trixie.
Well, I think everybody is missing the real problem out of this whole conversation. There's one person who gets all the blame for The Witcher and Henry Cavill splitting and everybody else. And his name is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Okay. He's been pushing for for Black Adam versus Superman for years. Do you know that he's been in pre-production for Black Adam for like almost 13 years?
Wow.
It was announced that he was going to play Black Adam like 13 years ago, and it took this long for Black Adam to come out. And he's been hyping, he's been trying to figure out ways to get Henry Cavill in there. They've been tweeting back and forth ever since Black Adam was announced, ever since the trailers were coming out. The fans want to see it. They want to see Black Adam and Superman go at it more than Black Adam and Shazam. So I mean, that's Shazam's original like baddie first was Black Adam. and the fact that the movie didn't just go do bonkers the first week. I don't know about second week numbers this weekend, but it's doing enough to get the conversation started. Henry Cavill only played The Witcher because he couldn't play Superman anymore because they weren't doing his Superman movies and they dropped him. That is the only reason why he's playing The Witcher. Yeah, he might have liked the Witcher games or whatever, but you see the second Superman got brought back, what did he do? I'm out of here. So
That's why.
that lets you know, one, the money, which I totally understand, but two, you know what he really wanted to do. He's been with the fans wanting to bring back Superman, and they hadn't. Like Terry said, yes, Geralt is supposed to have his scar. He's supposed to look older. I've watched it. Henry Cavill did a very good job. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job, but if you want to say about casting and looks, Terry is right about that. But he had the build. He had the build for it, which a lot of people wanted, and it's great. I hope he didn't destroy his body in the pursuit of trying to be as big.
It's Hollywood, though. You'll find thousands of men that have the build.
Right,
you know, it's
right. But
there are a dime a dozen over there.
Right, but
the acting
also too, you have to have both, which it is Netflix, so it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get both, but it's just one of those things. So I think them with Liam, we don't know how it'll be, but I will not say that these people do not get picked for their ability to bring eyes to the show and everybody to go, ooh, wow. Case in point, people who have Netflix, I know a lot of people probably never saw this show, but they heard about it on Netflix, called Bridgerton. It's supposed to be like this 19th century show in England about people trying to get married and all the posh and pomp and circumstance. You know how many people watch that show just because of the main character, Ricky Jean, whatever it is. People watch the show just so they can look at his face all day. So, I mean, whether the show was good or not, they were looking at a hot guy. Same with this. They're going to try to bring in a good story, a good actor, but they also want eyes to the screen because what is it saying? Netflix and chill. So when you Netflix and chill, you're not by yourself. There's usually two people there, okay? Or it wouldn't work. So they want to be able to bring the male and the female gaze to the show. So I understand why they're doing it. But The Rock gets the blame because if Black Adam wasn't there, if Superman wasn't been brought back, Henry Cavill would be playing The Witcher till forever and a day. I think he enjoyed it. I know he loved it, but in the back of his head, he was always waiting for Superman to come out. Always waiting for Superman to come out. So we'll see how it goes.
To be fair, they could have always just recasted Superman like they do Batman. It's like every time Batman comes back, he's somebody else. So I mean, they could do that.
They could do it, but it would have been outrage with the fans, and plus,
there's going to be outrage with the fans no matter what they do. I mean, they can't make everybody happy.
Well, you got to understand though, too. DC is not making the money that that Marvel is. So
Marvel
what they're
making.
doing is they're trying to cater and put their shows to maximize. So you need big names. You didn't see who's the biggest name you can think of to play Black Adam right now? The Rock. Okay, he's gigantic, he's huge, and plus he's a name in the face that everybody knows. So they're gonna do that to try to pull that off. Exactly. That's awesome. I love that.
I love memes.
That's awesome meme.
All right. You know, I am looking forward to Henry Cavill being Superman again. I do feel that he was a good Superman. Yeah. And as far as The Rock versus Superman, it better be Black Adam versus Superman and Shazam. At the same time, as we know, Black Adam
Shazam
is a
won't even
Shazam
be
bad
there.
guy, not a Superman rogue guy.
Exactly, but they're gonna go straight to Black Adam and Superman. They're gonna skip Shazam.
Yeah. We'll see. All right. Let's go bit. Let's go check in with the chat real quick. Back from the Dead one says, by the way, Back from the Dead, thank you so much for joining us. He says Tom Welling from Smallville actually looked like Superman and still does. Absolutely. I wish they would have just transitioned him from Smallville to Superman. Absolutely agree. I think the guy that played the Master Chief in Halo show would be good to play that part. Pablo, what's his name?
Pascal or something.
Yeah.
It's Pablo something.
Yeah. No.
I forgot
No,
his
no.
name.
I don't know.
Pablo Shriver.
Yep.
Why did Superman's dad fly into the tornado, though? I don't know. Why did he fly into
Because
the
he
tornado?
can. Because nobody else would.
I think he's
Because
talking about
he got blown
Kent.
away.
Kent. Not his blood dad, his human dad.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't know why he flew into the tornado, because he could. I kind of agree with Terry on that one. Let's move on to our last topic of the day, everybody. So last topic of the day is that we finally got some Xbox game release news on a series that Xbox fans like myself have been waiting for and don't know why it doesn't happen at the same time. There's no reason why this should happen at the same time. And that is Age of Empires is finally coming to consoles. So again, console games go to... I'm sorry, what did you do?
I was like, oh, it's coming to console.
Yeah. Get excited, Scrub. I don't understand why Xbox does releases for console games to PC day and date, but won't do the same for PC games to console. It's very annoying, if I do say so myself. But Age of Empires got announced coming to console in 2023, both Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4. Terry, what are your thoughts on PC games coming to console so late in comparison to the other way around? Do you think it's fair to console players?
Guess it depends on what the game is. Or, you know, I mean, if it's like a game that has a lot of like hype around it, then obviously people are going to want to play it on their preferred console when it comes out. Age of Empires, I'm sorry, Axel, is one of those games I feel like the base of gamers on console don't give two F's about.
Whoa,
I'm sorry. It's not that game that's going to be making waves when they announce coming to Xbox. No one's going to bat an eye about it, honestly.
Oh, man, you're so wrong. I totally.
I'm sorry, man. Like, okay, honestly, everybody in the chat, who here is excited for Age of Empire coming to Xbox? And I feel like no one.
Yeah.
You
Put
might
one
get
in the
one
chat.
person. You might get one person in the chat that's generally excited. Not, oh, I might play it. Generally excited.
Make a
that it's
poll.
coming. You know what I mean? Like, no one gives a flip about these kind of games. I mean, these strategy games are good. They're fun, but they don't get hyped. Okay, people, it's something that you play when you're waiting for the big game to show up. You know, no one's missing out when you know what I mean. So no, it's like I said, it depends on what the game is. This is not that game. This is not that game. You're not missing out.
You're not missing out. Except you are missing out because it didn't release at the same time. So, like, let's go other PC games that have skipped console on launch, that for no reason because the console can obviously do it. Flight Simulator skipped console on launch, and that's pretty big on not just console but now on streaming. Game Pass Ultimate Streaming also was late to the party on streaming. I just don't feel that if you have this Xbox Anywhere initiative, the games you want on the devices you want, all this stuff, Phil Spencer has advertised, all the games should release on all their platforms all at once, is the way I feel. And the fact that it only seems to be going one way, the PC gamers are eating good of all the Xbox first party games, all the Xbox funded games, but the console players, whether the title is niche because real-time strategy games are niche and Flight Simulator, of course, is niche, we don't get that same treatment.
There's a reason.
So, okay, let's go. What's the reason? Tell me
It's
what
the
Phil Spencer
obvious
told you.
reason. Look, ever since like what 2003 or whatever, 2000, let's say 2005, whether it was an Xbox controller or it was a third-party Xbox style controller, you could take that controller, plug it into a PC, and play PC games with a controller forever and a day. Forever and a day. Don't agree with me right now, Axel, because you're about to be mad. You can do that, but how long has it been since you could hook up a keyboard and a mouse to your Xbox? Okay, then. So that's just now.
Generation?
Yeah, and not too many people use it. Plus, when you just said Xbox Anywhere initiative, are you going to use your keyboard and mouse on the bus? You're going to use your keyboard and mouse on the plane? You're going to use your keyboard and mouse when you go to the hotel room on your xCloud? No, because you're bringing more peripherals to be able to play the game. Games like these RTSs, the reason why it doesn't, you have to hit 15,000 freaking buttons loaded out and mapped out to play this game.
You have to write the whole word to attack. Attack.
The controls, you only have so many. Even with the Xbox Elite controller, you only have so many buttons. It takes a while to map this stuff out, to make it work, to map it out, to have this going on. So this is the reason why it's on PC first, because it's already made for the PC. It already has the peripherals for the PC, and then people have to figure it out because there's so many buttons. Look at all these MOBAs that aren't on console, because you need mouse and keyboard to be able to be fast, to be able to be efficient, and to be able to have all the buttons you need to press. So for them to actually put it where you're using a controller, it's a mess. I think they should have been able to put it straight to Xbox at the same time using keyboard and mouse, because it's already there, but you could only play it with keyboard and mouse. And then if you want to get a controller later on and then map controller. But if you say, oh, they need to have it day one with a controller, that ain't happening.
They should.
It's not going to happen.
Okay, so why
because
can
it's going to
games
take more time.
Like Supreme Commander and Command and Conquer and other RTSs come out with controller support? Like, putting controller support on RTSs is not new.
Yeah, but it's not.
And it's not even. It's been happening since the 90s.
But it's not first.
And it hasn't been happening. And it's been happening since the 90s. So it's not like they're having to reinvent the wheel. They are not.
No, they're not. No.
You also have to factor in that the newer games have a lot more macros than those games in the 90s. Okay, they're not the same.
That's what I'm saying. The game's already made on a PC. They already had their buttons, and it's made for PC. So yes, can you make it on console? Yes, but allow them to be able with the keyboard and mouse to play it, and then you can go with all that button remapping to do it with controller. But like I said, the reason why controllers and console games go to the PC, because they've already been made on a PC. You're not changing anything. It was made on a PC. So all you need is a peripheral to plug in, or whatever, keyboard, mouse, controller. Yeah, it's so easy to do. All you have to play. I mean, now, especially now, you're doing x86 architecture. Everything is all matching up with each other. Yeah, but You're always going to have that with PC. Now, I don't like the fact that there are some PC only games, but that's just the nature of the beast. There are only Nintendo games, there are only PlayStation games, and what do you do if you really say I gotta have it? I'm on there. I'm playing it on PlayStation. You play it on Nintendo, whatever. The fact that you are right now streaming a podcast, we know that you have a computer. So you don't have to have the most high tech computer, but you have to have a decent one. But you can play these games on potatoes as well. It's just whether you want all the graphics and your CPU getting bottled up and your GPU, depending on what you're doing with the game and what you got in the background. So pretty much more people have PCs and have PCs and PC like stuff to be able to play at their house. A lot more people than consoles. So they might not have a gaming PC, but people either have a standalone desktop PC, they got a laptop, different things of this nature. That's just the nature of the beast. It's just nature of the beast. That's just like somebody going, oh, why is Final Fantasy on PlayStation? I want it on Xbox. I'm not talking about this last one where it was supposed to come to Xbox and I keep stretching on, but it's just nature. Some stuff is going to be locked to whatever system. And yes, the thing is, be glad that it is coming and they are making the effort for it. It is an Xbox studio, so I'm glad they're doing it, but you can't do anywhere initiative with a keyboard and mouse. So it's going to take time to get this stuff to the different areas.
Okay. I'll disagree, but okay.
I told you ain't gonna like it. I'm just saying.
No, because it's not new. If nobody had figured out how to do it, there are MMOs that are on console that are on PC. There are MOBAs that are console. There are MOBA. There is a League of Legends challenger level player, which is like right beneath pro, using a controller input on a mouse and a keyboard and mouse input style game. There's, RTSs. Okay, let's turn-based strategy. Gears Tactics. No reason, zero reason why you need a mouse and keyboard for that game. You can literally take all the time in the world to make your next move in that game. No reason why that one should have not come to console day and date. And that's what I'm getting at, is Xbox just, for no reason, is not bringing their games day and date to all of their platforms. And that is my qualm with it. And it's not because they can't do it. Obviously they can, because they eventually do. But it just, for some reason, they don't prioritize that console gameplay. Now I get it. There's your primary audience, cater to your primary audience kind of style.
Thank you.
But that doesn't mean you should ignore the audience that wants to play that game or wants to experience that game on console.
All PC games will come to console the second they start making PC games pay for internet. So there you go. When both of those when that happens, both of them will be on PC and console, and that's never happening. So
I fail to see how the free internet is keeping the games from being developed.
It's not keeping it. I'm saying when they start doing that, that's like I'm saying, it will never happen. It will never happen. It's a whole different ecosystem. PC is a whole different ecosystem. They run this versus run that, and that's the way it's been forever. You don't pay for internet other than you're already paying for internet. So nobody gives you a block wall and say, oh, you're on PC, you got to pay for internet. So there are going to be PC games that are made for PC and it's set up for PC, optimized. But be glad that it is coming to console.
Oh, I am happy.
And you just got to take
so
it.
Long.
Yeah, it's going to take that. It's going to take that while. It is. It is. We've had this discussion. Different developers have had this discussion and have explained some of the nuances and the different things. Not every game. You're right. Not every game, but also all these RTSs and different MOBAs and all that stuff. Like you said, all the hotkeys, quick key, whatever, it is for PC. It takes a while, especially because the game is so hot.
Because
No,
when I
no,
played
it's
Age of Empires, downloaded from Game Pass, PC Game Pass, I literally plugged in the controller, it picked it up, and I could play on my controller.
that's because they allowed it. But if they don't
That's
want
my
it,
point. It's already there.
but if they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it. It's only there because it's a PC. Like I said earlier, you can plug a controller to any PC and play. But for the fact to go the other way around, you're asking developers to do more work, and they might decide
They
they don't
already
want to
did.
do
It's
it.
already there in the code.
Well, if it's in the code, why they ain't released it on the console yet?
Exactly.
Because they're choosing.
Does it have
not
the
to.
UI though, or is it just recognizing the controller? Because you got to have
Thank
the
you.
UI.
You can play video games with a Guitar Hero controller and say, "Oh, it's so easy."
I watched a dude play Ocarina of Time with a flight stick. Just because you can and it works doesn't mean people are going to want to do it that way.
And flight sticks have like 50,000 buttons on them as well.
Yeah, they do.
So it's just one of those things. Yes, for the people who want it, but 9 times out of 10, like Terry says, when you brought this topic up, I'm like, okay, slow clap. Okay, great. But 9 times out of 10, the people who want to play this game, they're not sitting on their console going, man, I wish I had a PC so I could play this game. They already have a PC. There's like 0.01% of people on their Xbox console with no access to a PC and saying, I've been waiting on since Age of Empires 1, 2, 3, 4 to be able to play on my console. Now I'm gonna have my chance. Ooh, I can't. I'm so happy that now I can play it. No, it's just extra. Like you said, they have it on PC. Why not have it on console? It's just reaching out so you can reach out to more players. That's why they're doing it. But not if they weren't trying to do this initiative, it was going to stay on PC forever. It's just one of those things. But yeah, I'm rambling enough. I do need to roll out. So I will see.
Let's get Scrubness out of here real quick. Scrubness, we won't be here real quick, guys. This will be the last Good Morning Xbox on my channel. Next week it moves back over to Noof Nukem's channel.
That's right.
For the past 5 months, I've been taking care of Good Morning Xbox for my buddy Noof, and next week he gets it back. So you will catch Scrubness and the rest of us over on Noof Nukem's channel next week. Scrubness, let the people know where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at ScrubNurse3. A lot of people, like I played with the mag a little bit yesterday and some other people. My Activision Call of Duty is Scrub_Nurse. So if you want to find me to play some Call of Duty, I am available. So my Xbox gamer tag is Scrub Space Nurse. Just thank you guys for coming out. Come check out the gang. Like I said, we're going to be back on Noof Nukem's channel next week. Axel, you've done a phenomenal job these months and definitely been enjoying it. It's been great. Also, you can check on Wednesday night, Game Beyond the Box. Come check out the gang there. Back showing up every Wednesday, and I know they've been jumping at the big bit to start back up. So it's going well, and just thank everybody for coming out. And I will see y'all next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share out, all those good things.
All right. See you, Scrub.
All right. Happy Halloween.
You too. Happy Halloween.
Thank
All right. Shaddai. Age of Empires coming to console. Which camp are you in?
Well, I don't play strategy games. That's not my cup of tea. I did play Halo Wars, but that's because it's Halo and I wanted to try something different. It was pretty good, but as a whole, I don't like strategy games. This type of move is pretty much to bring more audience to that genre, especially on the in the console, since it has been in the PC community for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think it is. It's just they're trying to find for more audience for that. It's just that strategy games and me, we don't click. I don't like being limited when it comes to movements. I don't like those. Is not for me. It's really not. So for me, it's like, okay, let's move on. So I'm okay. That's a plus. Yeah, that's a plus, and it's gonna be on Game Pass too. So it's more to, more content to the subscription. So as of right now, it's just fine, but it's just not my cup of tea.
All right. There you go. All right. So everybody knows my camp. I'm in the opposite camp here, where I think they should release all at the same time on everything, especially a game like Gears of War, Gears Tactics, a game that started on console, was console exclusive for a long time, and then suddenly here comes a game that's not on console for no reason. A tactics game is a perfect console game for anything, because actually tactics games were born on consoles. Nintendo did it. So I don't understand why it doesn't come to console. Why it shouldn't.
You're using Final Fantasy Tactics, right?
Way before that. Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah, that one too.
Way older than Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics console only. No PC on that one. So not to hate against the PC gamers or anything like that, right? Obviously, I am a PC gamer as well, because I do have the PC to play. But it's just it annoys me that when we're gonna bring all our Xbox games to PC, that took no time. Why is Halo being co-developed with PC? Why can't they develop Halo for Xbox first and bring it to PC a year later? It was started on console.
It's like World of Warcraft.
CE released on PC, but it was started on console.
It's like World of Warcraft should be on the console for quite some time, and it's not there.
They were doing controller support for World of Warcraft back in the day, but nobody ever knows what happened with it. But yeah, all I'm saying is that if you have this thing where we're going to bring all our games to PC, well, you should bring all your PC games to console too, day and date, just like you did the Xbox games. It seems, obviously it's not stopping me from playing the games. I've already played and beat Age of Empires 4. But it's just annoying. I played Gears Tactics, and no, I haven't beat it because I'm stuck on a level. I'm not stuck on the level. I can beat it. I just want to get all the loot on the level before I move on, and I can't seem to grab all the loot in the amount of turns I have. So it's one of those situations where it's just, I don't understand why it's not everywhere. All right, so that's going to be the end of the topic. Let's go ahead and end the poll. Terry, we had a poll in the chat. What did it say?
It says, is it fair that Xbox PC games do not... You worded this poorly, man. Basically, is it fair that Xbox and PC games are not released day and date on the console? And 35%, it was a tie between it being fair and not fair. So it's still undecided. And 28% have no clue what the heck Age of Empires even is. Which makes my point that no one cares about it on Xbox.
All these guys watching this show on their phones. I'm just kidding, guys. All right, here we go. Let's check in with the chat before we get out of here. World of Warcraft would be great for console if they got it working on a gamepad. I agree. Actually, most controller you can't map and bind keys together. Okay. I've been able to bind my controller in the settings of almost every game I've ever played to the way I want to play it. Although there are some limitations. Some
on PC, not on console.
No, on console, I've been able, okay, I want this button to be jump. I want this button to be open doors. Just
rebind. Can you do it with the Elite now that they have more buttons?
No, I've been doing this since back in the...
No, I mean like now. Now
since
Xbox have the Xbox Elite, so you got more buttons. So I think you should.
Oh yeah, you can definitely on an Xbox Elite. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
you can even do dual button presses on the Elite.
Yeah,
But not
the
every
same
controller is the Elite. They gotta obviously code for the regular controller.
Mhm.
Let's see. Paul says, I think real-time strategy on console could be good. It all depends on the game and how controls work. Halo Wars was good, and Gear Tactics. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Halo Wars was good.
Let's see. Struxman says there's a lot of games that based on keyboard and mouse, and it takes time for them to turn it over to a controller-based scheme. Okay. Again, I don't agree with this statement because I can plug in a controller to almost any brand new release game, Xbox game. We're going to stick with Xbox, and it work with the controller.
It does depend on the game, though. Some of them have too many. Some games it does not work. Like I can't successfully use my controller with Guild Wars, for example. It'll work for some features, but not everything, because it's just there's too many buttons that need to be pushed in that game that they can't do it with the controller.
Like she said.
And that's why Guild Wars isn't on Xbox.
Guild what? Dark Tide is coming out on PC first. Yeah. Dark Tide. No reason for that not to come to Game Pass to Xbox, but it's not being developed by an Xbox studio. I'm focused on Xbox Studios right now because they have that play anywhere, any game on the devices you want, when you want. And I want day one. So let's see. Yeah, Axel, we know you got a CPU. Yeah, I do. Definitely do. I need to upgrade. I've been looking at upgrades. I'm just pulling the trigger right now. Starfield will have more PC gamers than Xbox gamers. Possibly. Actually, that's probably true. It will probably have more PC gamers than Xbox gamers, just because of the ease of access on Steam and on Game Pass, PC Game
and
Pass.
And the mod community.
That's right.
Bethesda can't exist without the modders.
Mod community is going to slap that Starfield game, slap that lazy eye out of that NPCs and put them back to work. They're going to straighten her eyes. All right. Axel RTS is a totally different thing as far as controller type. I will say that RTSs work better with mouse and keyboard, but they're not impossible with controller. And I know this because when I cut my PC gaming teeth on RTSs, I've been playing RTSs since, holy crap, mid-90s? So, yeah. And I used to play them very competitively, but not anymore. I just don't have the time to do it anymore. Let's see. Hellblade 2 will have more Xbox gamers than PC gamers. Certain games do better on each platform, but it doesn't mean you should ignore said platform. Just because you get more doesn't mean you shouldn't go after everybody. You know, they want 2 billion gamers. They got to release for 2 billion gamers. And again, this is all against what Xbox said with the Play Anywhere initiative. If Phil Spencer would have been all like, you know, PC is going to be our primary platform from here on out, and we'll port things to the Xbox, then it'd be a different story. But he never said that. Not every PC game has to go to console if and when devs get time, money to do so, and there's enough feedback asking for it. Again, it just goes... I'm just going with what Phil Spencer said. It should be. And obviously, Microsoft has the time and money to put their devs to work. Let's see. You can buy keys to get on a controller on PC, but you can't on a console. You know, again, we just said the Elite controller you can, but I understand that the regular controller. I've never actually tried to rebind regular controllers on the little controller app. I might try it. Just remember, Xbox is number one. I think real-time strategy on console can work. It's just the demand is very low. A game has to fit for it. Halo Wars tried. I love Halo Wars. I play that game even to this day. I can imagine League of Legends working on console done well with controls. Yeah, it already does. It already has the controller input. As I said, there is a League of Legends challenger level player who plays on nothing but his Xbox controller, ironically, of all things. And he's very high up there. And if you know League of Legends, you know it's very difficult to get challenger. And Timothy comes in. Timothy, thanks so much for joining us before.
Timothy!
What is this? Garden Warfare 2?
Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2. I thought
Garden Warfare man.
Zombies.
It's not Garden Warfare.
Well, there you go. Guild Wars 2. GoGameGo poll, she knew what that was. Split difference. There you go. All right, guys. With that being said, we're gonna get out of here, guys. It has been my honor to host this show for the past 5 months here on my channel. I got the trust of the panel members. I got the go ahead from Noof, and I was very honored to be hosting this show. I've been hosting this show now for 23 episodes, so almost a full half year. And I just want to thank you guys, the chat, who migrated over from Noof's channel over to my channel to keep supporting us, keep supporting Good Morning Xbox, to keep the show rolling. And as we return back to Noof Nukem's channel, again, guys, your support would mean the world to all of us to keep watching Good Morning Xbox over on Noof Nukem's channel. Of course, don't unsubscribe from my channel, guys. I do have another show the Iconic Video Games Podcast. Be sure to tune into that one as well. I like it's a different flavor of podcast. And the panel, when Noof said he was going to go on hiatus, the show had just started. I think we were only on episode 27. We had not even made it a year.
Yep.
And a lot of us were like, well, the show just started. We became panel members and it was ending. And when Noof offered it up and I was asked to do it and the panel gave me their vote of confidence, I did what I could with the show. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching Good Morning Xbox on my channel for the last 5 months. I know I've appreciated having you guys watch us for the last 5 months, and it would mean the world to us if you continue watching. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That's right, you guys are the MVP of this show. Terry, let the people know where they can find you.
All right, everybody, you can go ahead on Twitter at Coolcat_Terri. Check that out. All of the gaming stuff is over there, is like indies and things like that. Otherwise, everywhere else is Coolcat Terri, like you see it down below. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. Check all that out. And then I also have a second YouTube channel, Coolcat's Alley. That's all car content. So check that out as well. Take care, everybody.
All right, Shaddai, let the people know where they can find you.
People can find me on Twitter at Eternal Shaddai. Same thing for the Xbox console. I'll be streaming on Twitch at ET Shaddai. Lately, I'll be streaming Modern Warfare 2. I did that last night. But other than that, it was actually a pleasure to be with Kat, with the panel, with Axel, taking the helm. It was really, really fun. I know we're going to go back to square one with Noof and all that. But at the same time, we're actually glad for him to come back. And I can't wait until next Sunday to have more laughter, more news, and also you guys that took the opportunity and the patience to be with us, listening to us. Without you guys, this wouldn't be existing. But until then, we'll see you next week.
That's right. And of course, guys, if you're watching the show, you have found me here on my channel, Axel1324 Gaming on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and watch my other content that I will be uploading here later on, maybe next year. But also, you can find me on Twitter and on Xbox at Axel1324, just like you see it spelled right here. And with that being said, we're going to get out of here. Fastback says, Noof would not have banned me. Hey, you know what? That's why you come here, buddy, for the Axel experience. Yeah, that was a mistake. I don't know who did that. With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Have a good Sunday. Happy Halloween to everybody. We'll catch you guys next week on Noof Nukem's channel. See you, everybody.
Bye.